And I think we're live. Hey, everybody.
Hey everyone, how is everybody?
So this is Scott.
And I'm Ben from Beneficial.
Yes. From Beneficial Tarot. Yes. So, you guys, if you don't know Ben, and again, we're going to say hellos in a second, but hello to everyone who is in the chat and also who will be watching back. We're glad that you're here. And this is the lovely Ben. He has a channel of his own, Beneficial Tarot. And I'm sure that some of the mods will wink, wink, put that link in there for me as well for Ben's channel. Please go like and subscribe his channel. You will love it. And if you want to do mine too, I would love that too. So we have picked out a deck that we wanted to do, and we went back and forth, and then we just really came into sync with this one. And
we connected.
Yes, it's the Groovy Waite Tarot, and this can be found on Tarot Collectibles, on Etsy. They also have their own shop online. They are the makers of the Blacklight Tarot, which is my favorite tarot of all time that I have so far.
That's one I've not got yet, Scott, but that is that their newest one as well, the Blacklight?
I believe so. It might be out. I think it's available still. Yeah, but I've even got my I bought my UV flashlight for it. So it glows in the dark. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, this one I think is just as good. It's really, really awesome. So before we get started, let's just say our hellos. And of course, first in is the lovely Jackie Jacaranda.
Hey, Jackie.
Thank you for coming and for helping us mod. And the same for Miss Nancy.
Lovely Nancy. Hey, Nancy.
And I think I saw a Ginger Faye popping in. I did. Good morning. Good morning.
Your live last night, Scott and Ginger, was absolutely brilliant. So just wanted to say well done on that because it was really good. Really enjoyed that.
Thank you. And I just want to say, it was her who carried me through that. So I just am so thankful that she was willing to do that. And she's doing her channel soon. So if anybody wants to put that in there as well on Ginger's channel, I think it's going to be amazing. So we have the beautiful Hen.
Hey, Hen, how are you?
Hey, so glad you make it. So it's 11 p.m. We're up a little, not really late, right? So it's 11 p.m. where she's at right now, Ben.
Oh, wow. It's Australia, isn't it?
Jennifer? Australia, right. So we're almost into Monday.
Wow.
With her.
Good.
So yeah. I'll let you deal with the future, Hen. We're good here. But thank you for coming. I'm so glad. And no, Scott, you were awesome. We carried each other. Thank you so much. But I know you were just the perfect host, the perfect guide, and you weren't even hosting, but you carried it, and I thank you for that because me and Ben were just discussing that readings can really, they're a whole different, ball of wax than what you're used to doing, and I was so nervous before that one, and then Ginger just made me feel so comfortable and got me in the right frame of mind, and then I felt from being like blocked to being open. Just in a matter of minutes. So
it was all between you both. It was such a lovely reading that that you did for people. Amazing that was.
Yes, thank you. And it's 11 p.m. In bed, so we'll be listening, but not partaking much in chat. That's okay. I'm just so happy you're here. Thank you for coming in. Miss Sweets is here. Hey, how are you? I believe this might be her first time at one of my lives. Let me know. I've seen you in other lives before, but welcome. Yeah, Thank you for coming. And Diane is here from Wood Thrush Cottage.
Oh, she's lovely, Diane. Hi, Diane.
Yes, she is. Thank you for coming, Diane. All right. So what we not really going to follow any particular outline, but just a little bit. What I'm going to do is let Ben start with the cards, and then so this does not have a guidebook. However, it does have a PDF, and it is awesome. Like I couldn't believe the things I was like seeing on this PDF and what the meanings were. And just to give you an idea, there is a disclaimer right now. Me and Ben do not in any way endorse the use of illegal drugs.
No.
Okay, but this is the
Don't.
Groovy Waite Tarot. You know what era that was in. So this is a 60s, 70s deck. The love, peace, war, drugs, and rock and roll. Yeah, so when I read the PDF, you'll see what I mean. But it's just 1 to 2 sentences for each one. We're hoping to go through the deck. We might run over a little bit of the hour. We're going to just play it by ear, but it won't be more than 2 because we are going to Robin's study group, the Tarot for All Ages, right, Ben?
That's right. That's the one.
Right. So Elizabeth is here. Ishi is here. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Ishi.
Hey, Ishi. Lovely to have you here.
Yes, thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. All right, Jackie says groovy.
We were just missing the music, aren't we? That's the thing.
I know. I wish we could put some Jimi Hendrix or something. And
Yeah.
there are several references, in fact, to the music of that time and what inspired the artist, the one who did the PDF. So I will let you start, Ben, and if you want to maybe show the backs and then go with the full, whatever you want to do.
Don't trip out on the backs, guys, because you could easily trip out.
They're awesome.
Yeah. So this is the back. So it's pretty plain, really, isn't it? I suppose, but it goes with the style of the actual deck, doesn't it? Really. But I was looking at this earlier, and I felt like I was kind of falling into it. So don't fall into it.
Yes.
But yeah, so that it's kind of, I suppose it's a plain back, but it goes with it, doesn't it?
It reminds me of a kaleidoscope. I don't know if you had the little kaleidoscopes when you were little. Yeah, but that's what it reminds me of. It just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah. Here's it very kind of trippy, isn't it? So this is the first card I was for. So there are some changes, but this deck is very much based on the Rider-Waite system. So it's very similar to what you'd see in the standard Rider-Waite system, but there are quite a few differences. Obviously, the main difference is that they are all dressed in 60s. Hi, Oshi. They're all kind of dressed in like 60s get-up. And for some reason, Scott, I thought it was the 70s, but it's not. It's the 60s, isn't it? It's
I mean, I'm not. I think it might have bled over into the 70s a little bit, the early part, but I wasn't born until 73, so I'm not really sure.
I'm looking at the flag. I think they came out at the end of the 60s, maybe early 70s. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's before my time, unfortunately. But I wish it wasn't. I lived in the 60s. But yeah, so with this particular card, you've still got like the dog at the bottom, which is kind of like, you know, telling this person don't walk off the cliff. But you'll notice there's like stars and stuff, and there's a different colour flower, which I think Scott's going to explain what the difference is in a minute. But yeah, apart from the get-up and the clothes, it is very similar. And you've got the peace sign, is that on the... I think it's the peace sign on the bag there on the satchel.
Yes, it is.
You've got stars. Just one thing I wanted to mention, which I found out reading something a few weeks ago. This card is naught. And someone mentioned that this actually looks like an egg. And it's almost like it's the beginning of, because the Fool is the beginning of the journey, so it's almost like it's not even been born yet. It's the egg that's about to
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, it's going a bit deep, but I just thought that was a pretty cool interpretation. So yeah,
that's awesome.
What's your thoughts then, Scott, on that one?
Okay, so I don't know if you can see mine clear or not. Ben, yours was a little, you can see them both, but I'll try to hold mine up just in case, because I'm not sure which. His camera's probably better. But so the PDF for this says, and again, for those of you just coming in, and Ginger Faye has got it right on the money already. So for those of you coming in, we do not endorse the use of illegal drugs in any way, shape, or form on this channel or Ben's channel.
No.
So keeping that in mind, this is what the artist says about the Fool. A figure carrying a poppy in hand, symbolic of her opium high, I just said we don't. No, drink that. Okay. Enjoys her bliss a little bit too much as she walks close to the edge of the cliff, unaware of the potential for danger. She wants to follow the stars that have appeared during her tripping out, but her faithful pooch warns her to be careful of the edge. So
it's different then.
and yeah, if you look at it, she's looking at the stars. She has no idea she's on a cliff. It's just a whole different, for me, interpretation of the Fool. I thought that was cool.
That is cool, because I did wonder what the stars meant. So that is what the stars.
Yeah, but there's stars throughout this deck. But again, that might just be what it means. So, or she says, for me, Scott's camera is better, but both are great. Okay, so we'll both try to hold them up, but that's okay with you.
My technology.
Gotcha. Oh, I don't. Did you edge your spin?
No. Do you know, I've never edged or trimmed a deck because I'd be too scared I would ruin it. But no, it's plain.
I did mine in pink, but it's the Sharpie highlighters, so they don't bleed.
Oh,
so I was trying to match that a little bit. It's not perfect, but
that's a nice color, Scott. Definitely. Do yours still smell?
You're sniffing your deck. Oh, mine still smells good too, and this is several months old. Okay, that's awesome.
Mine is a bit darker. It is, Jackie, and I don't know why.
That's okay. I'll make sure I hold mine up too.
You see, Scott's the light side, and I'm the dark side. You see.
I don't know about that one. And also, if you guys have any questions, please put those in caps, because I'm not on YouTube. It just didn't, because I've got the PDF behind me instead of YouTube. So if you can put those in, we'd love your questions. And just make sure you put those in caps so I can see them. So let's see. There was one thing. Also, Nancy says, looks to me like the puppy wants that puppy. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It does actually.
He's like, I want what you're on. Okay, but anyway, we're not endorsing, guys. All right. So, Ben, you're up.
Okay, so next we've got the Magician. So again, this is very different. I almost feel like we're in the sky here, Scott, because he almost seems to be more up in the air. But obviously the wand usually represents as above, so below. We've still got all the tools on the table here, so that's all right. Notice we've got like that belt there is like a snake around his waist.
Yeah, I never noticed that.
Yeah, and that kind of represents, like, I think it's like the infinity, isn't it? Or like continual cycle.
Yes.
And obviously this rainbow I'm interested to know about, because the rainbow wasn't in the original Rider Waite. So I'm wondering what's going on. And we've got stars. So are we still on opium here?
Well, look what Jackie said.
He's high. Yeah, Jackie, I totally agree. I think he is. I mean, I reckon we'll be high after this.
Well, a natural one. Yeah, maybe.
Well,
yeah, because I just love this deck for all its colors, and that's the main reason I got it, and it's one of my favorite ever. So the snake that ate itself. Yes, the Ouroboros. I was afraid to say that because Jackie knows I always say that wrong. I say Arab something Boris, but it's Ouroboros. Yeah, is what that is. And this is why I'm so glad I have Ben on here, because we have different insights, and he's going to pick up on different things. I never saw in the Fool, I never saw that egg, and in here I never saw the snake. It just, and I've looked at this tons and tons of times. There's a lot of detail in here. They're just beautiful. Looks like Paul McCartney. Okay, yeah, I get that. The art is all reminiscent of Peter Max. I'm not familiar with Peter Max. You'll have to, but if his art is like this, I'm gonna have to check that out. Thank you, Diane. All right, so the PDF says, a man attuned to working with the elements and being able to use a little magic to shape his reality, points his wand into the heart of the rainbow. His entire body is surrounded by the bright rainbow, a positive field of protection. He wears a Technicolor dream coat as though to emphasize the point. Okay, so yeah, I love that. It's like he's being I've never thought of the the rainbow as protection. So that's what I got out of that. I'm like, that's so awesome because there's rainbows all out through here. And, you know, that's kind of what the tarot is about, is giving you that message that can protect you and lead you to the right direction.
Do you know, that's interesting because Ishi's just said as well that the number 1 looks like a capital I, which is interesting.
It does. It does.
Yeah. I never noticed that before.
Yes.
God, you see, you pick up so many other things, don't you, when you're with somebody?
Yes, so, exactly.
We then have the High Priestess. So we haven't got the 2 pillars here, have we? We've got the rainbows again, but we've still got this moon, which represents intuition, and we've got the moon and stars up here. We've got the 2, which I always think represents duality, doesn't it?
Yes.
Very different. Wearing a crown, she's kind of letting her hair down in this one. She's very, like, you know, almost seems really relaxed and ready to get into her intuition and spiritual side, but she's still holding the Torah. But yeah, it's an interesting interpretation, this one. But notice the rainbows are kind of all swirling around her. Almost, that's her mind, isn't it? Kind of swirling around her, maybe. And we've still got the stars, Scott. We're still... Are we still tripping here?
I think we're tripping throughout the whole deck, but yeah. So the PDF says, cloaked in stars and holding a divine message in her hand, she is surrounded by the moon and many stars, symbolizing her as a heavenly figure. She is sometimes referred to as, I might say this wrong, the Shekinah, Shikinah. Correct me if I'm wrong with that, Ben, if you know how to say it. But
no, that's right.
Okay.
Well, I would say it.
Yeah.
I'm very good with words. I mean, sometimes I do these lives and I think I've just come out with I've just butchered somebody's name, or I've butchered somebody's word, but I know what you mean.
Gingerface says, Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. And I think that's
great
what this does, doesn't it? Like, I think it does reference certain songs.
This is what I just want to say. This is one of my favorite cards, just because you know me, I love bright colors. I'm in love with this card. Yes. All right.
Okay. We've got the Empress. So again, I'm interested in this little cat at the bottom here because that cat wasn't there in the last in the normal one. So that's interesting. I'm not sure what the cat represents. Maybe it represents some sort of protection. I don't know. It looks like it's like kind of staring the reader out, really, isn't it? Again, we've got very similar to the original, and again we've got these rainbows here. Hey, Gerald. So yeah, I mean, what do you think, Scott, on that one? I'm interested about the cat, and I've got no idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. It may be in the PDF. I want to see what Robin's saying here. Anyone else who was at last week's group, I hope you'll join me in an hour. Yes, and we're going to make sure we start or we stop before that, so that we won't go over, because both of us are going to be there, right? So with your study groups. So no worries, Robin. Thank you for joining us, though.
Okay.
For this, and I think I saw a tarot stash or someone saying hi to a tarot stash.
Yes, he's here.
All right, let's go with the Empress.
So yeah, what do you think, Scott? What's going on with that?
Well, Jackie says nourishing.
Yeah, nurturing.
Oh, nurturing, excuse me, yeah. But it can be nourishing too, right? But I meant to say nurturing, yeah.
No, you're right, because it's, you know, you've got all this growth as well at the bottom, haven't you? You know, and that's what the Empress is, that nourishment, that nurturing, that, you know, mother kind of card. I always think of like a mother when I say this card. Yes, and we've got the symbol here.
The Venus, yep.
Big sign, yeah, absolutely. She's almost like, it's a very caring card when this comes up. I always think it can represent a person as well sometimes.
Yes.
You know, and this card, when it comes up with other cards, it can also represent pregnancy. I think if it's next to, like, I can't remember what card it's now. I think it's like the 3 of Cups, or I'm sure.
Yeah, I did read it in the PDF. There's one. I'm not sure if this was the one in this particular deck, but I think it can in other decks, definitely. So the PDF says the Earth Mama, enjoying her outdoor seat on a spring day, is the embodiment of fertility. The flowers in the foreground tell us the time is right for the living things to break forth from the ground. So,
Yeah.
well, maybe that's where the kitty cat's coming from. He's,
Yeah.
yeah. But
It's cute though.
love that card.
I like that card as well.
Alrighty.
Okay, so we've got the Emperor next. I mean, this looks like one cool dude to me.
Yeah.
So the Emperor, as you know, it's all about that masculine energy. I always think in control. This person's always in control. You've got the signs here. I'm trying to think which one it is. Is it Aries?
It's Aries,
It
yes.
is Aries, isn't it? And notice we've got 2 on the corner here. So there's 4 of them, which is interesting because the card number is 4 as well. So we've got 4 of these signs here.
Oh, there's another thing I didn't notice. Awesome. Thank you.
The mountains in the background, I think, represent stability and control and
Ooh.
so that's interesting. And the colour is quite, I can't remember what the colour is, but is it like a reddy colour, which is kind of like represents control and in the kind of, in the material world. I don't know what these represent, what he's holding, but I think these mean something as well. But I'm not quite sure.
And I think those are in the traditional Rider-Waite Smith
They are.
too. It might not be. Oh, they are.
Yeah,
I can't remember right offhand. Maybe somebody in chat can tell us. So the PDF was this blew me away. So it says a father figure can also be one's boss. Unlike some of the kings in the deck, the emperor has a tougher exterior as the leader of a group of bikers.
Yes.
Usually
like
the
that.
most powerful male figure in a person's life. And I love that because you can look at that and say, well, this must represent that most, powerful or divine masculine type person
What's
that's
that
in my life.
In where they're on bikes in America? Is it hairy bikers or something like that?
No.
I don't know.
I don't watch a lot of biker
stuff.
I have no idea, but I can see him as a biker. So
there's a program in America. I'm sure there is.
So Robin's asking, oh yeah, I have the second one. So I have that too. Robin is the Trip and Waite, and it's got borders on it, and it's good too. It's by the same people. I like this one a little bit better just because I like the colors are so like profound, and just it's borderless. So all right, Ben, you're up.
The Guru. So this would be the Hierophant, wouldn't it, in the original? I really, really like this one because you can tell this person's wise, and it's not as religious as it looks in the original Rider-Waite, is it? And I think for some people they like that. They like the different kind of hairy bikers. Oh, thanks, Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie.
Well, I don't know what I'm watching, but I'm not even going there because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Same thing. Yeah.
I'm sure it was some program in America that was on about 20 years, 10 years ago, something like that. Sorry.
Gotcha. Maybe that's the name. Was that the name of it? Hairy Bikers or Chefs?
I think it was, but maybe it's today we're hairy.
Yeah.
It was called something. It was this guy who looked like the Emperor, and he was always on this bike that had got. They were like big handles and stuff. I can't remember what it was called.
Right.
If anybody can help me out here because I'm digging a big hole.
You're good.
The Guru. So yeah, I like this interpretation. Again, we've got the stars and we've got that swirling light. So the Guru is all about learning and teaching us the spiritual kind of side of things. But I like this Guru. I mean, he's got a beard as well, which shows that he's a very wise person. And we've got the stars. I don't know if the number of stars represent anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It doesn't say.
No.
In this one yet.
But again, we're going to our spiritual learning. We've got these swirls here. And we've still got the rainbow look, haven't we? So,
and I love that too.
If the stars represent kind of like not a trippy thing, but something where he's like almost meditating, isn't he?
Right. And the rainbows are protection. So
yeah, definitely. That's a good interpretation, Scott.
So it says the teacher of the deck, mainly in spiritual matters. He is surrounded in stars, symbolizing his mentally elevated position. He's literally floating on a cloud. So I didn't know that until I read that. This is actually a cloud, so he's up in the air. I love that.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that one. Okay, so next we've got the lovers, and this is one groovy little card. I mean, I love the angel on that one. And what is this a record down here? I'm not
It
sure.
is a record, yes.
Rock and roll. So lovers is all about that unity, isn't it? And I mean, the love is really coming out here. I think it's a little bit. You wouldn't like it, Scott, I don't think, because we've got a lot of nudity on this card.
Oh, mine's just fine.
Oh. I like it.
We got the PG version.
The PG version, yeah. Yeah. Mine's gone a bit X-rated. So, but yeah, it's all about that love and peace, man, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yes. And go ahead, Ben. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say we've got the rainbows and stars again. So.
Yep, that's right. So it says the flower children brought together through a love of music. So that's why the record's there. They're brought together through a love of music in this card. So even the flowers below their feet feel the groove. Rays of bright color and stars emanate from the angel overhead, while rainbows appear behind both lovers. A happy card, meeting that special someone in your life.
Oh, that's nice.
There's so much positive vibes. It's a very positive deck.
Absolutely.
Even the devil. Wait till we show you the devil.
Oh, I know.
Okay. You're up, Ben.
Right. The Chariot. So, I mean, so you've got that moving forward. Again, we've got the rainbows and the stars again. So we're tripping out, folks. And then we've got these two sphinxes here. So that can sometimes maybe represent that, you might be pulling one way or another. But it's all about getting in control and that forward movement in your life. I think there is stars actually, Scott, in the original thingy. And in the original card, and I can't remember what they represent. But yeah, I do. I love all these musics that they're coming out with. I love that song. Last night a DJ said.
Yeah.
But yeah, what does your PDF say?
So we've got let's see here. A woman masters the. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Where'd my? Okay, I was just reading wrong because of my glasses. Old moment there. Sorry, everybody. All right, so a long-haired flower child holds a magic wand in hand. He represents balancing the different forces in your life, and will finally be able to take charge of his destiny, moving forward. That's a separate thing.
Yeah.
So moving forward card.
Okay. Okay, and then we have strength. This is very similar. Again, we've got loads of stars at the top here. We've got the infinity sign there. Sorry, can you see that? Which is interesting. But very similar to the original. She's just in some really groovy colours. And again, the rainbow's got another rainbow. But I think, like you said, it's just on here. On most of the cards, isn't it, the rainbow?
Yeah, it is. It is on almost all of them. Definitely. So that's awesome because it makes me feel like it's, as we read with the magician, it's symbolizing protection. So this one was interesting too. It says being able to discipline oneself, not to overreact to certain situations. There's a saying, you can catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. And this would apply here. It's easier to get what you want by being polite rather than being rude.
Yeah.
And I love this just because this speaks to me so much for my job. Because I'm in sales, as a lot of you know. And, it's very easy to, not want to be happy when they're yelling at you or whatever. But if you can just keep your tone and everything, I get more sales. And we even said that around the office before I went from work from home. You catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. Yeah.
So true. And then We have the Hermit card, which I love this card. I like the kind of Stairway to Heaven there. There's another song in that, isn't it? But the Hermit card's all about going into yourself, taking that time alone to contemplate things, isn't it? And we've got stars again, but it's just such a lovely card, isn't it? I love the stairway in the background. And notice the staff in this one is actually a snake, look.
Yes, yes.
I never noticed before, actually. So yeah, it's a strange one. And I love the colours there. And he's got all like these kind of planets, hasn't he, on his thing? I'm not sure what that represents.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. He does. Yeah, it's like the planet stars and yeah, so you hit on one thing and then Robin hit on the other that the artist was going for. It says it's inspired by Jimmy Page's love of the iconic Hermit figure. The stairs behind the Hermit in this card is a nod to the song Stairway to Heaven. So Robin got it right there by Led Zeppelin. His staff is also a nod to the biblical Moses, who had the ability to turn his wooden staff into a serpent and back again. So there you go, Ben. Only one who has sequestered himself away in studies, thus becoming the hermit, might hope to achieve the near impossible inner reflection. So I love that about studying. It's not just about going inner, but it's also about studying and learning.
It's so good.
Yeah. Great job, Robin.
Yeah, well done, Robin. That's really, really good. Right.
This deck is a party in a box. Yeah,
really?
It's so positive. Yes.
Yeah. You just feel happy, don't you, when you look at these cards? They're like so much fun. So with the next, I miss my mics to go.
I don't know if we have time for that. You go ahead, Ben.
So the next card, guys, is the Wheel of Fortune. That's the kind of rolling with the punches, the fate card and stuff like that. There's so much symbology on here, isn't there?
Yeah. It's a beautiful wheel card.
It is a beautiful wheel card. The colours are so strong, aren't they, in this one? And there's lots of different ones. Again, you've got the rainbow colours again, haven't you? You know? I never know what to say much about the Wheel of Fortune, to be honest, because it's kind of... I don't know what this little fella is here that's kind of going around. Is it like a dog or something?
I think it's maybe symbolic of the devil, but I'm not positive about that. It's on the original Rider-Waite. I'm sure someone in chat can tell us.
And you've got the snake as well here, which I think is the snake from... Is that the snake from the Garden of Eden or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I believe you're probably right. Like I said, I'm so glad you're here because you're pointing out so much that I did not see.
Yeah.
Hi, Ange. Welcome.
Hi, Ange.
Hey, so it says a card that promises a change of some kind. And then, in other words, your state might be currently in the negative. So seeing this card will be a positive. So I love that.
Hi, Jamie. I've just noticed Jamie in the chat.
Yes, I did say hi to Jamie. I waved at her. I hope you saw that. Diane, there's a lot of people here now. We're so appreciative. You guys are here. Michelle, anyone I missed? Hello. All right.
So this is an interesting one. So you've got your scales there, which represent Libra, and balance of the scales. You've got these swirls here on this one. I mean, you've got a lot here, haven't you? You've got the upward sword here, which is very reminiscent, isn't it, of the Ace of Swords? Very similar to that card.
Yes, it is.
And yeah, I do like the colours that she's got on, I must say. Again, we go tripping out here. We're always tripping with this deck.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just feel like you're falling into these cards, don't you? Feel like, wow, there's so much to them.
Oh, yeah. It's got such a good like vibe to it, too, when you see it in person, doesn't it? When you're holding it in your hand, you're just like, ah.
Yeah.
You know. Like, I'm even like, oh, my God, I want that dress, and I don't wear dresses.
Yeah.
But I would still want it. It's so gorgeous. Like, look at that.
You look fabulous in that color.
Yeah, I don't do dresses, but, if I did, I would want this one. And a lot of the other ones in this deck. So, this one is the typical version, so I don't think there's really much I could say, is someone, it could be a judge or a non-court situation. It could mean someone is getting what they deserve. So karma.
Yeah.
All right, Benny boy, you're back up.
The Hanged Man. So some people get scared of this card, but I actually really like this card.
Oh my God, I think he's gorgeous. I'm like, I have a crush on this man.
Yeah, good. Yeah. That beard. He's got a moustache. He's got a stash.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is a good card. So we notice that he's got this halo, so he's seeing things from a different perspective here, and he's kind of gaining insight there. He's hanging from his legs. I don't know if anybody knows why he's. I think this means something on his legs. I'm not sure the way it's crossed over there. But I like this card. I mean, like I always think, say, like if you were in a job and you weren't sure what to do, this card would be saying to you, just hang on. You know, just try and hang on for now. Don't make any sudden moves. Kind of see things from a different perspective. I love his platforms. Don't those platforms look amazing on his shoes? I wouldn't mind some of those.
Yes, they do.
In fact, I wouldn't mind his hair as well, because he's got absolutely lovely hair.
I know. Like, yeah, that blonde is just awesome.
But yeah, that's really good. Again, we've got stars.
Yep, we do have the stars again. Rainbow.
Yeah.
So it says he's basically, you know, the Temperance card, the Hangman card definition. He has taken a time out and is just watching the world go by. I love this. He is not touching. Oh, I have mine upside down still. I was looking at him. Okay, he is not touching the ground at all, and therefore he is not taking part in the comings and goings of Earth. So I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I like that as well. That's really cool. I like him.
All right. Death.
Death.
How can you have a beautiful death card? Put a freaking purple horse in there. Go ahead, Ben.
Exactly. Love it. So you've got the peace sign here with death. You've got this little boat still in the background. Now, on the other one, you had like people as well, but this little boat was. Do you know what that is? It's in the olden days when someone died, they'd put someone on a boat and send them adrift, and that would be their soul. Wow. So it's kind of representative of that. But death doesn't mean literal death. It's just it can mean the death of a situation or the death of, you know. It might be that you've ended your job. It could be that, you know, it's always the beginning of something new. I always think death is. It's a good card, I think, death is, because it represents a change, doesn't it?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you pointed out the boat, because I've never seen that in this card. So that's awesome that you pulled that out. And it's talking some in the PDF about, you know, back in, I believe it said the 50s, the campaign for nuclear disarmament. And it's saying that they produced a symbol which represented their movement and goal of removing all nuclear weapons from all countries. While the symbol eventually became popularized as the peace symbol, which is on your flag here, the death card reminds us that of that very real possibility that nuclear war will bring about death in a grand scale. On a lighter note, death can also mean the end of one chapter, but the beginning of the other. And it even says, and I was going to say it, but it says it anyway, that's the meaning you might want to go with instead. So
go with the good meaning. Then we have Temperance.
Oh, so beautiful.
Which is a lovely card again. And I mean, really, there's just so much going on in this one. But you've got the cups here, and you've got that balance, haven't you? That kind of. I always think of death as like, Temperance as kind of like maybe patience as well, having that patience to kind of weigh things up. But I read somewhere that this cup here is the past pouring the water, which is the present, into the future.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, that was a very interesting interpretation when I read that. But yeah, that's. I mean, is this a river as well here at the bottom? I don't know whether that's.
I'm not sure. There could be a river or a road. I don't. It almost looks like a river. I think you're right.
Yeah, but fantastic outfit. I love the outfit.
Yeah, so it actually says that he made her as a Native American woman who hovers amidst the stars as though a figure within a vision quest. Who
Yeah.
remembers the Vision Quest movie from the 80s? But just balance, the rainbow feeling that we've been seeing playing out over the course of the last few cards. So always tries to see the bright side of life and the best in people. Balance is the key.
And Jamie says it is water. So we were right.
It is water. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. And water's a lot throughout this deck, too. Like in the
Yeah.
death card, you can see it here, too. All right, Benny Boy.
Are you ready? We've got
Yes. This is my favorite card in the deck.
Yeah. So this devil is pretty, like, you know, groovy, isn't it?
What a freaking awesome devil.
Yeah. I mean, the devil, as we know, is all about that temptation, isn't it?
Right.
And everything. And notice that, you know, the torch here is not held up, it's held down.
Oh.
Everything is hidden. He doesn't, you know, the devil that goes on the devil is
Ah.
hidden, so he doesn't show it up, he doesn't light everything, he doesn't want people to see, so he holds it down. Because it's like the, I suppose it's like the occult, everything, the hidden, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now it's interesting that they're dressed actually in clothes in this one. So I'm guessing you didn't do anything to your cards with this one.
No, I didn't, because I would have tried to make a dress like this, but I probably couldn't have. So no, I'll just make a real quick disclaimer. Gerald, the reason why I used to actually draw on my decks real quick is just because it was a little distracting for me. Not that anything's wrong with nudity or nudity in the tarot, but all I could see was like titties, penis. And so, I had the, and then had the idea, well, maybe I can give them clothes. And I actually found that I have an iron a little bit. This is one of the first ones I did, so this does not look good with the ones I did. But I do have a little artistic flow, and I was able to translate that to the cards. So it all works out. But yeah, the new decks that I have are not, I haven't modified them in any way, but I think I'm getting a little bit more comfortable. It's just part about being a new tarot reader, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. So the oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ben.
No, that's it. I haven't got anything else on that one, Scott. What does the PDF say?
So it says that the devil figure is completely covered from head to toe in psychedelic body paint. I love this. The two flower children are chained to this devil and are slaves to it, though visually they appear to be free and even happy. The devil, of course, in this setting can be seen as addictive drugs or things which can cause you harm, even though you may feel like you are enjoying the ride. Anything that has a hold over you, especially in a negative way, should be analyzed. Has it gotten the better of you?
That's interesting because she looks like she's partying there, so she's kind of.
Yeah. And I mean, who would not want to hang out with this devil? I want to hang out with this devil.
True.
I mean, yeah. And I love what you said about the wand. I never caught that, so that's awesome.
Wow.
All right, and we've got a few more majors that I have an idea what we're going to do for the minors just to speed up time a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead, and we got like 5 more majors to go.
The Tower. Now, this card is okay, but I'm not, there's no people on it, is there? Because usually there's people on this one. So you've got that fire, you've got the thunder still, and it's kind of that shock, isn't it, coming in, that things are changing. But, you know, a lot of people don't like this card, but I always think it's a good card because it means that there's an opportunity to rebuild after that shock's come into your life. So
right.
I like the fact that the colours represent that dark kind of darkness, that shock, that, you know, that devil makes me see Tommy Chung. It is a disappointing power card.
Yeah, I agree. I agree completely with Ben and Robin on this one. This is probably my least favorite, and it just says sudden calamity. We can't sugarcoat this one. Usually, a sudden revelation accompanied by that shocking feeling you get when something takes you by surprise and into a situation. But we were talking about in our study group with Robin, about the light being the lightning, like being that force that creates almost that destruction so that you can rebuild something greater. So it's not my favorite tower card, but the rest make up for it. All right.
We have the star next. So yeah, we've got. I love this card. This is my most favourite card out of the tarot because I think it's all about hope. I love your card as well.
And yes, I tried to make a rainbow bikini. I tried.
I love how you. Yeah, I love how you've matched the colour in there. I think that's really that's
No.
fab. So we can see she's pouring in and on into the water and the earth there.
Yes.
You know, so with her emotions, and she's got hope there, and that's what I like about this particular one. Whenever you've had
Yeah.
a bad situation, there's always that hope, isn't there, that you want, and I always love seeing this card because it means that things can get better. You know,
Right.
it's a lovely card.
And yeah, I think you said it exactly perfect the way I would say it. It says she is the figure of Aquarius, the water bearer. She is
Yeah,
a good card to see in a reading. She represents inspiration and hope, like you
yeah,
just said, for the future, sometimes interpreted as a superstar, celebrity, or someone with great passion and charisma.
yeah. Robin says you're really talented, Scott, and I agree because you just that looks like it's part of the card, that bikini. So I think you've
Well,
just
thank you. I think a lot of people think it's cheesy and don't understand, but it's just, I would never judge anybody else, for liking nudity in cards. It just distracts me sometimes.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like, I'm just going to make it a dress. But go ahead, then you're up.
There we go.
Thank you,
So
Robin.
the next is the moon, and this is quite a different interpretation, isn't it? We haven't got that. Is it crawfish? That little thing that crawls out there? Is
Let
it?
me see. Let me get these up here.
You know, like the little fish thing that comes out. That's not coming out. So we've got the
Where are
wolf
you?
here.
Where are you seeing that?
So there's no, like in the original
Oh
card.
yeah,
Like,
it's a
is it a crab?
lobster, I believe,
Oh, is it a lobster? Yeah. So
or
that's not
crayfish. Yeah,
crayfish. I called it a crawfish. I keep getting words mixed up.
I might be wrong. Crayfish,
Jack
lobster. Yeah.
Jackie usually helps me out with words because I get
She just
everything.
did, yeah.
Jackie. Um, but
She gives
yeah,
me food.
we've got this. The moon is all about, I always think when I see the moon, it's always about going into the shadow work, going deep in and reflecting on those deep inner emotions, isn't it? And you've got the wolf here, which is, I always think, represents that protection, doesn't it?
Yes.
And almost like her hair's going into the water, and I think that's a really nice card, actually. And I love the wolf in the middle on this particular one.
Yes, I do too.
Oh, is she? That's really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's great, is she?
mm,
So yeah, it actually it says that the card what you were saying, Ben. The card actually depicts a full January moon known as the wolf moon. But unless used for readings based on but unless used for readings based on timing, the wolf should be seen rather as a totem animal. The wolf hunts at night, nearly invisible to his prey, a reminder that all may not be as it seems. The moon can represent lunacy and things that are hidden from view.
yeah.
Anybody that works with the public, you probably know this as well, Ben, because of the line you're in. When you got a full moon, you freaking know it because the people are nuts. So, but yeah,
Changing
I love,
everything.
I love the colors in this too. It's just
I
so
do.
beautiful. The blue
It
and
you could almost
candy.
frame that. Yeah.
You can almost what?
Frame it, couldn't you?
Yeah.
It's one of those. Sorry, I'm laughing because I've just seen Justin come in and he's gone, "Morning, Governor," and I love his.
Oh, Justin's here. Hey, Justin, welcome.
Hey, Justin.
So again, because there's some people come in before we, after we did our disclosure, we in no way are endorsing the use of illegal drugs on either of our channels, and this is the Groovy Waite Tarot and is based upon a drug error. So there will be references. We in no way endorse that. Go ahead, Mr. Ben.
Don't.
Don't do that.
We have the Sun card with the freaky baby on there. But yeah. So yeah, it's a different Sun card, isn't it? Because I don't know, the Sun looks a bit freaky to me, but it's a happy card, isn't it? And you get that
Mm-hmm.
it's happy. And that little kid's just look at him, he's happy, isn't he? And you've got. I thought that was a unicorn, but it's not, is it? It's very
It
busy.
I think it is a horse because it looks like there's a flower where the horns would usually or the
Yeah,
horn would usually be. Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's always a good card. I always think of this as like the yes card. So, it's a very positive card, this one.
Yes.
Because sometimes you can do yes and no questions, can't you, with tarot? And if you get this, I always think it's a definite yes.
Oh yeah,
But yeah.
definitely.
What does
My
it say?
chat's jumping a little bit. Sorry. Hold on
No,
1 second. It's like okay. No, it's freaking out on me.
we've got.
Okay, I'm good now. Sorry about that. All right, so so the little child with a headdress, his body painted blue, rises atop a pink-haired horse with flowers in his hair. The sun card is a card of joy, just like Ben said, and can sometimes, here we go, indicate childbirth. So not
Yeah.
pregnancy, but childbirth is what
Yeah,
this
the
deck
child.
says.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. Next, we have Judgment, which is another kind of different interpretation, isn't it? It's not quite exactly the same as the original Rider Waite, but
Yeah, you're right.
we have this dove here, which is kind of like almost like releasing, almost like the truth is coming here. I feel it's like the release of something.
Yeah.
Something is coming into our conscious, which was hidden maybe before, but now we're starting to see things more clearly. I always feel
Right.
one. We've also got like this circular. I don't know whether the
Yep.
circle something there, but we've got the angel again. Because I think the angel is in the original one, isn't it? But I'm interested to know.
It is. Yeah.
Mention the dove on the PDF, Scott. I don't know if they've mentioned that on
Yes, it does.
and what that represents.
Yep. So, so I'll just jump in the middle here. A dove of peace flies between her hands, a symbol of love and mercy, a heavenly reminder that we are forgiven for past deeds. How
Yeah,
beautiful is
that
that?
is lovely. That's really nice.
It also says an angel with a celestial costume drifts between two worlds. So there's where you got that darkness there, I think, Ben.
Yeah, yeah.
And let's see, a reminder that we are never truly alone. So I love this. Is maybe one of my favorite judgment cards that I've
Yeah,
ever seen.
I like it. It's beautiful.
All right, let's get some solid gold going on.
Are you ready? This I feel is Diana Ross, and she's saying, "I'm coming." She's coming out,
I'm
folks.
coming out. Yes,
And that
yes.
is about she's learned lessons. She's at the end of her journey. It's all been learned, and she's coming out. That's how I'd interpret that. And it looks like Diana Ross, to be fair.
It does. It does.
You
So
know?
it says a funky lady dances at the disco, the center of attention. She even has her own star where she walks upon. The world is her oyster. She has made it.
Yeah. And I think that's the Jackson 5 in the background. I don't
Oh,
know.
it could be. There are five. Are there five or are there six figures?
Oh no, the 6. Yeah.
One, two, no, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But there's kind of a leg here. So
Yeah.
maybe 5 1/4. So that might be baby Janet down there.
Yes.
I don't know.
I like your thought.
So Ben, since we're running a little bit, we're
Yeah.
almost at an hour already. How do you feel about if we just do like a suit at a time?
Yeah.
Since most people know what these mean.
Yeah.
But we do want to show you all the cards. So maybe I can do a suit and you can do a suit and we'll do the 4 like that. Is that okay with you?
That sounds perfect.
All right. Do you mind if I start? Actually,
No.
would you go ahead and start because I would love to do the cups, and I'll let you do the air stuff too. Since you're an air sign, the swords.
I know, Gemini. Gosh. So we have the Earth, the Ace of Pentacles, and I'll just flip through these guys. So they're very similar to the original, Rider Waite. Put that just there. They're almost like it's melting, isn't it, on this one?
Yep.
Which is interesting. And the Four of Pentacles there,
Oops,
very groovy. I mean, I love some flares like that. I love this card. I love the swirls around them here. You can tell they're out in winter there, can't you? That it's, you know.
Yeah, and can I just
cold.
say, if this is how somebody looks when they're poor, I want to look like I'm poor. Like, I want that. Like, I want that robe, dress, whatever it is. I don't care. You know, and like I said, I don't really wear dresses, but if I did, I would want that one.
Yeah. Justin just made a comment about he didn't realise how different it was from the Rider-Waite deck. And you know what? You're so right, Justin. There is a lot of differences that we've come
Yeah,
across.
there
Actually.
is.
You know,
There
in
is.
some of the cards look so different. So you're right there. It does look very different. It's Six of Pentacles. We've got, oh gosh, I mean, that jacket's got, I mean, we would rip the town.
Oh my
up, wouldn't we?
gosh. Yes. Yes. I'd be like, you're supposed to be generous. Give me your coat. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in this one, I mean, look at his garb. I mean, I'm totally there. I love the plant as well. I mean, that does look like a weed plant, is it?
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Let me glance at this one real quick.
Yeah.
Is that the wheel effects? Is it the rules of karma? So I was talking about karma, the meaning of life. The figure must tend to this newfound blessing, water it every day, and make it grow into a tree of abundance. A card of waiting patiently.
I'm laughing at Ginger Face comment. Far out, man. Yeah,
far out, man. Yeah. That's the one that, like, you say to your teenage kids, and they look at you like, "What the hell are you saying?
What are you talking about?"
Right.
And that's a beautiful card. I love that. I love that sun in the background.
I do too.
Is that like, he looks a bit like a Texan there, doesn't he, with that hat on?
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a cowboy going on there.
Yeah. I'm thinking of young J.R. Ewing there. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Don't
Absolutely, yeah, could be. And look how he has a castle in the background, so that could kind of be like South Fork, right?
Yeah, I like it, Scott, definitely.
If I can point right. Wow. Yeah.
And here's Sue Ellen.
This is one of my favorites too. I love this card. She's got the hearts on there.
Yeah, definitely. And love this little. She's got an animal. Mind you, I think she has on the other one, but yeah, it's a beautiful card, that is. I love the rainbow on there as well.
Yes.
And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. Another lovely card. Lots of colour here again. It's a lovely card, this one. I mean, look at the dogs, even they're coloured. You know.
Oh, I didn't even see another thing you're pointing out that I didn't see before. Those dogs.
And then we have the Page of Pentacles.
Like, can I just say, though, who would not want a blue dog with, like, purple little flowers on it? I mean, what universe can we go to? We need to talk to Tangi to find this universe, because I want to get
know. We need to get on that spaceship of hers. That's what I need to, you know, go travelling. Page of Pentacles. I love this outfit. I mean, it reminds me of Carry On. Loving. I bet you've never seen the Carry On films, have you, Scott?
No,
they're a British, but it just reminds me of someone off Carry On. Loving that one does. But again, beautiful card. We have the very slow Knight of Pentacles. He likes to take it easy.
Yeah, and I love how he's not moving, because this is how I interpret the card, is the one standing still instead of moving. And yeah, I love this one too.
And his face is like, nah, I'm just staying here. I ain't doing it.
Looks like Peter Fonda. Yeah.
Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I love this like magical stuff that's going. I mean, she's got a lot of animals.
Oh yeah.
Here, hasn't she?
Yeah, it's like she's sitting on a golden chair almost, isn't
it? Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, and then we've got the King of Pentacles. Another really. We've got these. Is it the Aries things again as well? Very reminiscent of the.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Reminiscent of the Emperor a little bit there. And the castle in the background is like mushrooms. kind of hanging off there.
Uh-huh. Yep. It says he holds in his hands great wealth, but it is more than money. It is the knowledge of how to make money. Ooh, I need this card in my life. All around him, he sees what his talents have created: a wonderful kingdom, a groovy throne, and a terrific grape-themed shirt.
Yeah. And Jackie says with his big grape, what is it with grapes? You know what I'm saying?
What is it with you and your grapes, Jackie? We have to have a talk after this. I don't understand. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. All right, so shall I go through the cups real quick here?
Yeah, do it.
All right. I love this card. I keep saying this might be my favorite card of the deck. I think this is what I chose for my light card, which is my favorite card, and the shadow is the tarot, which is the one, that you probably need to work on. You'd like the least. But I love the colors of this. Looks how it's dripping all different colors in here. It's just,
It is beautiful.
Yeah, it just makes me want candy.
Yeah, it does. It does. You're so right, Scott.
And then the 2, which is Amazing Make Love War.
Yeah. Is that a Beatles song? I don't know.
Not sure. Let me see.
Sure.
So let's see. Two lovers come together in a psychedelic meeting. They are in the act of sharing each other's cups, an act which symbolizes wanting to get to know each other more, to the point where they share each other's stories, live each other's anecdotes, and enjoy each other's ideas. I love that.
Yeah, I like that.
And again, I want that dress. I want those bell bottoms. I think as Diane said, she still wears bell bottoms. Do you have one like that, Diane?
I mean, they're amazing, aren't they?
Yeah. I don't know that I would want to live in the 60s or 70s. I just want their clothes and their colors.
Scott, we've missed a trick here. We should have dressed up in 70s clothes here.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that would have worked for me. You would have looked good in them.
Oh, no, I wasn't. Yeah. I love this.
Yeah, so we got the 3 and the happy ladies. It's very Rider Waite. One's looking away.
This lady's Jackie here. I mean, look what she's holding.
Oh, she's got a big grape there, Jackie.
Jackie, that's you.
Yeah, but I think they're talking about Make Love Not War, about the Beatles, 1960 with Yoko, right? Alrighty, and then the 4, and there's an alternate. I think I'll go ahead and show the alternate too. Now this is the normal 4 of Cups here. And to me, this is, okay, it's very Rider Waite Smith, but they have an alternate. So there's 2 alternate cards. One is a totally different card altogether, and then this one is the alternate 4 of Cups, and I like this one 100 times better. I just think it's so beautiful.
Yeah. You can tell with the look on her face as well. She's just not interested, is she, in that cup that's being offered? She's still looking down.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not even looking at the cup up there.
Her hair's all entwined with those 3 at the bottom, isn't it?
Yes. Okay. Yes, she is entwined with the 3. Her hair is entwined with the cups. Another thing I didn't see, Ben. Thank you. And then the 5, we have our sad guy. And again, I love that coat.
Yeah.
You got a river down here of emotions. I know I'm pointing backwards, guys. But yeah, still getting used to this. There we go.
Such a beautiful card.
And we have the 6, the nostalgia. It's pretty Rider Waite Smith, except you got mushrooms in the back.
It's very like Alice in Wonderland, isn't it? Almost.
It is, yeah.
It's that childhood feeling, isn't it? Which is what this, isn't it? That kind of the past and,
Yes, and apparently Robin might be on drugs. You'd think I was on drugs. Yeah, we can talk about that in the group meeting. Robin, we want to have an intervention if that needs to be happened. I missed there were different 4 of Cups. Okay, let me go back real quick here.
I don't know why there's a different 4 of Cups.
Or maybe he has the deck and he's just saying he didn't see it before. Not sure, but I'll show them both again. So you got your nostalgia. Well, you're not nostalgia, but your normal 4 of Cups kind of card. And then you have this beautiful one that I just love with the 4 of Cups.
All right. They added an extra card, didn't they, Scott?
They added, that's the extra card, and then, or the duplicate card,
Yeah.
I guess you could say. And then they have an extra card that will show at the end. So we did the 6. Love the 7 so much. Let me put Mr. Stash down here. Gerald, you're popping up, which we don't mind.
No, we love Gerald.
And in fact, I'm hoping that we're going to be doing maybe me and you and Gerald one soon, but I haven't heard back from him, so we'll see what happens with that. And here's our wink, wink, Gerald. All right, so yeah.
Oh, he's left me on my own, guys. So I hope I'm still here. He's left me to it. I can't believe he's done this, but let me carry on. So we have the, I think he was talking about the 7 of Cups. So this is, he's coming back. You did that on purpose.
No, I didn't. My internet is shit. Sorry so much, Ben.
I was like, oh no, I've got the floor.
Channel takeover. Yes, yes. I'm sure he would do a wonderful and better job.
No, you're fabulous. Never do a better job than you.
I love the 7. Go ahead, Ben.
Go for it, Scott. I was starting, but I want you to talk about this one because I know you like the cups. So go for it.
Oh, I do just love this one of all the different choices, you know, that she's got there. And look at her hair. Again, as we looked at the Magician, if you weren't here earlier, the rainbow in this deck symbolizes protection, which I just love in so many ways. And being a gay man, I love that in so many ways. So many ways. Like, I've never looked at the rainbow flag or anything like that as, like, protection. But, that just makes so much sense to me. And it's almost like it's part of her hair, too, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought that. It's almost like
she looks quite serene. Yes, Jackie.
I like that one. So we look like we're in Mars or something here? I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm not. I believe that might be Saturn because of the rings, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
Someone might know. Justin, Michael, do you know which planet that might be? I know a lot of anybody else into astrology, but yeah. So she or here is walking away from the cups, and it's kind of desolate, but where they're going, I think, is going to be a better place. So it looks like they're almost headed towards the planet.
I love that one.
So I love this for the 9 of Cups because I think of this as the manifestation card. And I love this. So there's your genie in a bottle. Christina Aguilera, yes, has her colors. Like, isn't this beautiful?
It's so true as well because I always think of it as the wish card. So it's a very interesting interpretation, isn't it, now?
Oh, so Justin Michael's being a little feisty here. He says, I'm from Uranus. That's how I say it. Uranus. I don't know that neighborhood. So I don't know what you're talking about either because I pronounce it Uranus. All right. So here we got, I know. Goodness. We have the 10, kind of your typical 10 of cups, but I love it. You know, so much joy in these cards.
I love how the rainbow goes into like the
into the road almost, right? Like it's a road.
Oh yeah, it's a road.
Yeah, and the rainbows in this one and in the black light, it's like they could be roads or they could be rivers.
Yeah.
So some of them are like have that. I'm pointing the wrong way. Some of them have that illusionary, you know, where they're melting, and I almost think those might be the rivers and these might be the roads. But that's just my guess.
Yeah. Page.
The rainbow looks like a question mark. Jackie said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Yes, it. Oh my gosh! Look, Ben.
It does. Yeah, you're right. I never thought of that.
Jackie, eagle eye.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is very interesting.
So we have the page. The little fish coming out there. And then we have the Knight of Cups. All you need is love.
That's definitely.
Is that a beat? I was gonna say that's a Beatles song too, I believe. I can't even. I've got the earworm now, Ange, for that one. And then I love this queen. I love her hair. I just love everything about her. So the queen is with water on water, right? The queen is water sign, and then the cups are water. So you got your water on water. She's in full emotional control there. And then we have our blonde king here. And it looks like he's like floating on water there. But yes, awesome. Ben, would you like to do the swords?
Oh, yes. Being Gemini, I know all about these kind of things. No, I'm only joking. So, yeah, because Gemini is the wind, isn't it? Oh, what's he having? Is he having an English breakfast, is he? I hope you've got
In
your
honor of
biscuits.
all my
Just...
friends across the pond.
What biscuits have you got? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question.
Better be hobnobs or rich tea.
Yeah.
The swords. So yeah, the swords. Because I'm Gemini, so a Gemini, their element is air. So yeah, that's why Scott wanted me to do these. I don't like the swords cards though. They're not
You don't?
very. Well, I just find them a little bit like I love the cups because emotions and things like that. Whereas I always feel like I'm in my thoughts sometimes. So it's very true, isn't it? But yeah, that's a beautiful ace of chords. So that's lovely. Justin says he's having dog biscuits.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised. Can I say that? I
Yeah,
had
well,
pancakes off the griddle. Oh, that sounds better than dog biscuits. Yeah. Can you send some down from Philadelphia to Virginia, please? Just saying. Bye, Ange.
Oh, bye, Ange. We have a very groovy. Oh, now that's an interesting interpretation. It looks like someone else is behind there.
It does. Yeah.
With
Someone's
their
holding
eyes.
her eyes shut.
So that's, and we've got the peace sign here. So that's interesting. Yes, I did say I didn't like swords, Gerald. I don't know why. I just find them a bit like
I think he was being in a tarot stash way.
Oh.
Gerald, it's not that kind of this is a family program. Okay, go ahead.
It's a family show, Gerald. How dare you? What is it with these naughty people? Right, yeah, so that's it's took me off my thought now. What's he saying? That we'll call this dog biscuits. Oh, he calls them dog biscuits. Dog biscuits. Otherwise, we have cookies and crackers. Oh, okay. I thought you actually meant dog biscuits.
I did too.
I thought you were on the.
And I'm from here. I have no idea.
We'll have to have a chat about that later, Justin. So this is the three of it's a very dark card, but obviously that's about grief and I always think as well. Sometimes when this comes up to his company three is a crowd, maybe. Sometimes with like a three and a ship,
I love how the eye is kind of crying too. You can see the tears.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, so he's making me blush, Jackie. Gerald is. He does that all the time. So this is very interesting interpretation, this one, because obviously it represents that rest, but almost like he's going into a dream state, and the reality is melting around him, isn't it?
Yes, Jackie just said melting. Yeah, and that to me, just my own interpretation of that is like it's almost an illusion, and it's like maybe he's in that dream state.
Yeah.
And that's why. But also he has that protection of the rainbow while he's resting.
Yeah, definitely. Then we have the 5. Yeah, so this is like it's a sad card, really, isn't it? They've been in a battle. I love the colours here though at the top. But we've still got that, haven't we? We've still got that sad kind of look to it. Oh, and I love this card, Scott. I love that light. Almost like they're going forward into the light there, into a happier kind of existence, aren't they? They're moving away from something that's bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
into that, they're actually going into that rainbow of protection, aren't they? They're not quite there yet. He's going to take them to that protection.
Yeah, absolutely. They're talking about biscuits and gravy now. What's that about?
Oh, that's about. Oh, you don't have biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy. That doesn't make sense to me.
Oh my gosh, Ben.
Does that make sense?
The first thing we do when you come over here is we're going to get you biscuits and gravy when you come visit.
What kind of biscuits do you have over there? I'm
It's not
thinking that.
cookies, darling. It's not cookies.
Oh,
The
Jackie, where are
only
you? Help me out. Jackie understand.
Jackie, help us. It's bread, so it's like rolls, but it's biscuits. It's you open up, but not cookies. You
Oh,
open them up, and you have like a butter biscuit, or you have a jelly biscuit, or you can put gravy over top of it. But it's
I need
bread. It's bread.
I need to come to America then. Because I thought when I think of biscuits, I think of cookies. Okay. So yeah.
That was great.
7. Oh yeah, we've got that cheeky little. They are like dumplings. That is one
Yeah,
of his biscuits.
kind of. Yeah.
Wow, I'm learning a lot today. Everything's big over in America, though, isn't it, compared to here? So yeah, so there you go. That's kind of like he's stolen something from those tents and is escaping now on that one. I love this ATA of
I do too. I love the
thought,
colors.
yeah, it's the rainbow colours, isn't it, and everything.
Mm,
It's that trapped feeling again, and like she's stepping into the water, which is almost like her emotions there. So she's got one
yeah.
emotions there. Beautiful card that is.
Yeah, I love how it's darker colors, but they're still bright at the
Yeah,
same time.
yeah,
Like, how do you do that? Like, amazing
yeah,
artwork.
absolutely. Again, we've got this melting kind of look here. Um, which it's like the world's falling around, falling about around her, which is really interesting. And that swirl again, has got almost like she's just woken up from some sort of sleep, maybe, or I like that card. I really like that.
And I love how the swords are melting in this one, and it just makes me think, again, fear is an illusion. It's an
Yeah,
illusion, and it's almost like the swords are an illusion in her head. And but if she looked like if I'm pointing right down here, things are actually clear. But she's
yeah,
only seeing, what's in front of
yeah.
her and being overwhelmed by those
Oh,
swords.
I noticed that, Scott. That's really interesting. Yeah. Um. Oh wow! So we've got the swords going through like the dawn here as well, haven't we? Coming up, which is really kind of like an interesting interpretation there. I love this. It's like almost like ribbons, isn't it? Coming from.
Yeah.
What's he saying?
He said it's a bad trip. I think the last 3 cards we could classify as a bad trip. Just
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, I love that you pointed out that in the background. Like, this is not the end. Look, there's stuff behind that's going on.
I
Yeah.
tell you what, I want to have a trip on your biscuits because they sound amazing if they're that big.
I'm gonna have to send you a picture of what biscuits and gravy looks like, and they are like dumplings in a way. I don't know the difference actually, but I've had both, and they taste a little bit different, but I'm not sure. They're kind of like they're pretty much like dumplings.
Me and
All
Jackie need
right.
to get playing together and come over and see you Americans.
Yes, please do.
Page of Swords. Yeah, so again, very so. I love his coat. I mean, wow, that's really nice. I like that. Oh, hi, Amy.
It's Amy at Strength Reversed. Welcome, welcome.
But yeah, I do like that card. Again, we've got the rainbows. Thought, yeah, I just love it. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Oh, we've got Knight of Swords. That dashing in really fast. I love the hair on this horse as well. And God, look at his hair there as well. And we've got this bright sun there. It's just really, really nice. Already sent it. Oh, thanks,
Ben's
Gerald.
or Gerald's already on top of it for you, Ben.
Well, he's always on top, isn't he, Gerald? So,
The night. Okay, carry on.
So, what was I saying?
God, Knight of Swords.
No, so yeah, that's. I've lost my train of thought now. That's really.
Are you okay, Ben?
It's Gerald is making me laugh.
Gerald, look what you've done. Look what you've done.
Gerald, stop it. So Knight of Swords, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, he's going very fast. It looks like he's headed nowhere, and that he knows where he's going. He's just going.
Yeah. So yes, Gerald, I'm blushing. It's thanks to you. Um, Queen of Swords. That's I love this. I love, she's forthright. Again, you've got the colours in the background there. I don't know what's going on. You've got like a little angel. Is it like a little angel there?
Yeah, I believe so.
That looks like a really.
So.
And then the king. Yeah, I mean, look at his hair. Wish I got hair like that. It's amazing. He's on like a cloud as well, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He's like on a cloud, which would make sense for air.
Yeah.
Swords,
Yeah, that's true, Scott. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like that one.
All right, and Diane says, I keep hoping one of the dudes in these cars looks like Greg Allman. And I've heard of Greg Allman. Was it the Greg Allman Band? Maybe, but I have no idea what he looks like. So let me know if you see that. So yeah, and just since Amy just popped in, we're making this disclosure throughout the video. In no way do we endorse the use of illegal drugs on either of our channels, but this is the Groovy Waite Tarot based in the era of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. So that doesn't mean we condone it. So just throwing that out there again. You want me to do the wand spin?
Yes, I think you'll be good at the wands.
All right. So we have our ace. And again, it's like the cloud. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's just what you said earlier before we came live. But
yeah, I'm not going to say that.
No.
Yeah, so we have the cloud reaching out. Yeah, with the offering the wand.
Yeah, it's a nice card, that.
Full disclosure, some are not yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's full disclosure. Yeah. And then we have our two. Again, I mean, I don't know if it's a robe or a dress, but I want it.
Like the will.
This one. Go ahead.
Heart. It's a heart on this one, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. This is a little different than the other two of swords or two of wands in the black light.
Yeah.
And then the three, again, want that robe, dress, whatever it is, beautiful.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's looking into the rainbow, so he's looking for, that perfect plan to give him the protection. And Amy, we were saying when we first went through the magician that I had the PDF here, and it said that the rainbow in this deck represents protection. So I love that. So then you get that theme throughout the whole deck.
Yeah.
And then we have our four. So your typical four. I believe there's two girls in there. Usually it's a guy and a girl, but awesome. Beautiful colors.
Sun. Yeah.
The sun, yes. And rainbows again. And the five. And what I love about this card is, I think of conflict with the five of wands, and in this one, I see competition. It's almost like they're playing a sport. They're not really angry. They're not. You don't see bad. You see good expressions. It's like they're just playing a competitive sport. So this to me is like a sport card. Like let's go play basketball or something. And the regular six there. I love the clouds on his robe.
Yeah, I like that. I love the hair here on the horse as well.
Oh, that's right. It's braided, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who would not want a braided horse? And here's our 7.
I like that one.
I love that too. And I love this 8. You know how it's usually just the plain wands. Yeah. Now we've got planets all in it. Like the sky's the limit is what this says to me.
I mean, a lot of this you could put as artwork on your wall, couldn't you? It's that.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You know what I wish they do? You know how the blacklight tarot, you said you don't have it yet, but it's so beautiful with the UV flashlight. I wish they would do this one with the UV, is just keep the same images. And because it's just as beautiful. There's your 9.
Gosh, it's really nice.
And 10.
They're so nice, aren't they?
Yes. I like this page. And the knights. And it almost looks like it's a merry-go-round horse, but you know, it's got that the wand up there, but it just reminds me of a merry-go-round for some reason. With all the different colored horses.
Yeah, yes. Like Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, yeah. Absolutely. There's our queen, and there's our little black kitty on her lap.
It's in a lap on this one, because in the other one, it's kind of like...
It's kind of down below, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a lap cat.
I love it.
And King of Wands.
Nice.
And then we have an extra card. Now, there were for you who weren't here, there's 2 different 4 of Cups. So there's an extra one of those. And then there's Smokey. And I know I asked Ben, and I think Jackie won, and they said that it's called something else over there. But you have a Smokey the Bear kind of figure. And I just remember being a kid and it saying, like, help put out forest fires. Don't, like, you know, start a fire or don't smoke or something like that. But this is Smokey, and it says he's the alternate emperor.
Yes.
So Smokey the Bear represents the authority figure of the forest. In the case of a fiery argument or heated exchange based reading, the appearance of Smokey is a good omen. He manages fires big and small, a protector and friend to all creatures, great and small. He is an environmentalist at heart. He looks after the wildlife and raises awareness of the dangers of being careless, especially out in nature. Smokey is always a positive and optimistic card in the deck, regardless of the question or situation. I love that.
Yeah.
And, oh yeah, only you can prevent forest fires. That's what Smokey used to say. I saw Amy had a comment here I wanted to look at. This is the second time in 2 days that Munchkinland has come up for me. Is the universe telling me to watch Wizard of Oz? Well, Amy, I don't know if you have seen, and I'm not going to go through it, but I would be very happy to show you if you have not seen. This is one of my favorite decks already. And it's the Shadow of Oz. I need to do a walkthrough on this. I believe this might be indie just because it was off of Etsy and I couldn't find it anywhere else. This is fantastic, and it's not just the not just the movie The Wizard of Oz, but all the books that like came before. It's got all the characters combined. It's collaborative, and it just goes together so well. So yeah, I wanted to reply to that. Go ahead, man.
No, I was saying I'm so glad they've done a Wizard of Oz deck because it's such a good film, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Also, Justin Michael was obsessed with Smokey the Bear as a kid. And yes, only you can prevent forest fires.
And thanks to Gerald for all his messages on Biscuit.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Jackie, for all your moderating. Wonderful job that you always do.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Jackie.
Dang. Yeah.
She's so good, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Bears are fun. Okay. Yes, Gerald. We get it. We get it. Us gay guys get it anyway. We had to end on a laugh, so we wanted this to be fun. I hope it was fun for you guys. Yesterday's I was doing readings with Ginger, which was absolutely wonderful. It was like I just want to do a fun one with with Ben, and just look at those colors pop, 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 pop. So if you love bright colors, you need this deck. Again, Jackie, I think, has put the link in for where you can get it.
Amazing.
And and we're still talking about biscuits. And just beautiful, beautiful deck. It does come in a tuck box. So bears are fun tarot stash. If you're afraid of tuck boxes, this is a tuck box. Tuck box rage, just warning you. But what's inside this is irreplaceable in my mind. I would never get rid of these cards unless they were pried from my hands. And I'd have the black light right beside them. So,
yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jackie, for putting the link in there again. I appreciate that. Yes, this has been fun. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Ben, because
Oh,
you've just been a joy as always to have. And
Scott, thank you for having me on your channel. I love watching your stuff. So thank you so much. It's been
yes, and check out Ben's channel if you haven't yet, and like and subscribe him. I'd love it if you did it to mine too if you're new here. But I looking forward to Robin's live and just say not live, but his study group in just a few minutes. So it is great to see everyone. Yes, great to see you, Amy. It's been a while, so thank you for coming. Ginger, thank you, everybody. And Ben, any last words you want to add?
No, I just want to say thank you so much for having me, Scott. I've really enjoyed talking about this. It's such a lovely deck, and thank you so much to everybody in the comments. It's been really fun today, which it always is with Scott. I always have such a laugh. So thank you. Yeah, it's been really good. Thanks,
and it's my pleasure. My pleasure.
Oh,
So you want to stick with me for a minute, Ben, and we will say bye for now. We'll see a lot of you in Robin's group, I hope, and in a few minutes. So we are over and out. Thanks, guys.